Okay. All right. So why do I got that noise? As soon as I start, been here all day, all morning, and now we got this noise it's making. I didn't do anything over there. Is my other Bluetooth hooked up to this thing? Why is it doing that? Mic check, mic check. Why is it doing that? Why is it making that noise? I have nothing else plugged into this thing. Why is it making that noise? Mic check. Boy, boy, boy. I have no idea why it's making that noise. No idea at all why it's making that noise. None. I have no idea why it's making that noise. Why? Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Appreciate that. My man said no sound. Wow. Muggs was rocking all that time, no sound. Thank you, man. So again, Pearl posted the picture, and the picture said, if you love me, say hi. And the picture said, if you love me, say hi. Or say hi if you love me. And there were 75% of the responses was, I love you, Pearl, I'd marry you. What's your ring size? Like 200 or 300, what's your ring size? 200 or 300, will you marry me? Why? This woman, she'll tell you, I'm about a 2 or a 3, depending on how you look at me in the sun. This is what she'll say. Pearl will tell you she's about a 2 or a 3. She ain't got no big booty. Chest? Where? But the sexy of the woman, to sit down and listen to a woman that can relate to you as a man, is where the beauty resides. If you sit down there and you want to listen to a woman tell you, I'm a 10, I'm a baddie, I'm an alpha, I'm an independent woman. If you're dumb enough to give a woman your attention for her to tell you that, you need to go to Dildos R Us and say, give me the big one. No, I want the latest one, the one that Velcro on. When my woman do it to me, I want her to be able to Velcro it off and change them up on an instant. For real. If you can get that long in a conversation, if you can get that deep into a conversation, will you allow a woman to tell you, I'm a this, I'm that, and have your attention? You need to go to Dildos R Us and let them just size you up. And here's a hint. The ones you want, the ones you prefer, oh, they behind the glass. Those are the big ones behind the glass. Yeah, you got to call the chick with the key to come get the ones you need, buddy. Yeah, something wrong with you. Let me tell you what I've noticed as a 57-year-old old motherfucker. I'm old. All that nonsense about, you 57 years young. No, I'm old. 57 is old. All right. I crack myself up. But I want to say this. I've watched the evolution of dumb. I watched it. I've watched, things that used to be on the dark market. When you say you want to have sex with a kid, that used to be on the dark market. Now, put on a wig and say, I want to go in the bathroom with a little boy. I'm with a little girl. It should be okay. I'm a woman. You just believe I'm a woman. No, I identify as a woman. I identify as a woman. No, I should be allowed to go in the bathroom with a little girl. No. And people are outraged because of it. Wild says, what do you think about Trump? Bro, I'm only asking because you got a big ass head. Wow. Really, bro? This guy. So that's a good question. I'm not going to answer that the way you want, but I'm going to say this. I looked just today. I looked at how Letitia James brought up charges on Donald Trump. And if you don't know how Letitia James brought charges up on Donald Trump has a $500 million estate, the Mar-a-Lago estate. $500 million. it's worth. Letitia James said, no, you overinflated it. It's worth about 18 million, yeah. But 500 million? So Letitia James brought charges up on, how do I feel about Donald Trump with your big ass head? I crack myself up. So Letitia James, a state district attorney, says, I understand real estate too. Your place is only worth 18 million. 18 million, Donald Trump said, no, it's worth 500 million. 500 million and 18 million is nowhere in the same fucking category. Somebody, pause, is lying. So she said, I don't care what you say, Mr. Trump. I'm bringing up charges. Now, where this becomes real slippery is, as a black man, I've seen this action with black women before. I got power now. I'm going to do to you as I want. What we've never seen this before was a black woman get power, and now she's going after a billionaire. I want to be clear about something because I'm an old 57-year-old. All right? You don't go after billionaires. You leave them the fuck alone. You don't go after white men billionaires. This is why a white man never went after Donald Trump. A white woman never went after Donald Trump. Nor did a black man ever go after Donald Trump. You leave them motherfuckers alone. But you can't tell a black woman that. No, you can't. Because a black woman says, sisterhood, here. I'm going to get him. We know he's too pale, he's too stale, and he's a male. That's right, girl. Yes. Let's get back to the price. Letitia James said that a billionaire got it all wrong. The Mar-a-Lago residents, that's 18 million. 500 million? I've been on food stamps. I know what a 500 million. Forbes just came out with the list of Mr. Trump's residents. Forbes. And guess what they appraised it at? Anybody? 500 million. When you watch Miss James, the fraud, she called Donald Trump a fraud. When you watch the appeal, when she hired the attorney for the appeal, they did the typical things that what you see women today do. You see women today. And the reason why, Wild, I'm answering your question when you say, how do I feel about Trump? Because I'd rather answer that with the darkest perspective of people feel about him. He's a felon. I'd rather start there, and I'd rather answer it from that perspective because people say he's a felon. I'm from New Jersey. I've been in the Trump Tower probably 20 times in my life. It is a monument. Let me tell you something for all the people that understand New York City. New York City it's no place like New York City. You can go to New York City with $5 in your pocket. Get on a train, go to New York City with $5 in your pocket and feel like you're $1 million. You can stop somewhere and get a $1 hamburger and a soda and just be walking down the street and be like, it ain't the money. I'm in New York City. When you go on 34th Street and you walking past Macy's, the entire length of the building, or the city, it is unlike anything else. When you go to Times Square, I remember I was in Times Square one time and I seen a big picture of Puffy. And I was walking and I just looked up and you see a big picture of Puffy. And it must have been about 10 stories on the side of the building, like 10 stories. And I looked up, I said, oh man, come on, he ain't have to do that. And 2 New York City cops looked at me and said, yeah, he did. I said, yeah. I said, come on, did he really have to do that? And the 2 New York cops, and one of them said, yeah, he did. Right. Fact said that $1 hamburger is now $8. Yeah. There's nothing. So my point, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. When you listen to a woman, again, go after Donald Trump, well, this president is in Florida, of course. It's just amazing. So I watched the appeals process. So Letitia James went in there with her attorney and said they said when they swore in, she just went to cacking, as women do. Everything that Letitia James' attorney did, a female, did what women do. They just overwhelmed you with a history of dumb. And that black woman shut her down and said, have we ever seen such a case where both the person that brought the residence as well as the multiple institutions that gave him the residence have no problem? There was no public outcry. Nobody was harmed. Have we ever seen a case where this was brought up? Why was this brought up? And it was like unbelievable because I didn't know. But if you ask the average everyday person, they don't know this. And they're allowed to believe these lies. Again, you cannot run your campaign on, we're going to get this man. And you don't see no black women. You don't see no black women. You don't see nobody but black women getting these jobs up in Congress, acting like pure trash. Look at Letitia James. Who gets up there representing the people and then says white Donald Trump is too pale and too stale? Do you know that once you say that, you cannot bring no white person up on charges? You can't. But they are so dumb. They are so backed. Again, I've seen the evolution of the sisterhood. Dumb stacked on dumb. But when you're up there doing a shuck and jive for the sisterhood, this is what you come up with. Look at the other creature. I can't believe I'm taking my time out of this talking about the beautiful. I'm talking about these women of color, but I'm taking away from talking about Pearl. Donald Trump, stupid. That's a statement that you can't support it with anything. You just saying that. I can say, again, I could fly. I just started this segment off with I could fly. All right? I don't know anybody stupid that owned a $500 million residence, and that's just one of his residents. So I'm gonna let you go ahead with that. But when you look at the other one that got voted out of office, Jasmine Crockett. When you look at Jasmine Crockett, here's a woman that made fun of a disabled man, their governor, called them Hot Wheels. You heard about this? Here's another black woman, called them Hot Wheels. And of course, when she called them Hot Wheels, she gave that little look behind her shoulder. The sisters with me? Yeah, girl. Sisters on my right? Yeah, girl. Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. We can't follow a man in a wheelchair. Hot Wheels. We can't. The governor said, oh, you call me Hot Wheels? Okay. And rolled his ass right down there and filed a $10 million lawsuit. So all these individuals, these women of color, walking around just, we gonna get the white man. The white man, he's too pale and too stale. There's not one black man in higher office making these claims. Nobody. It's just these women. This is why we're talking about the beautiful Miss Pearl today. This is why I want to be clear. Y'all know my stance. If you're new here, hit that thumbs up button and knock it the fuck off. Be a be a off it the knocker. Be a off it the knocker. Knock it the off. But check this out. Y'all know I'm bouncing. I'm getting out of the U.S. I think it's best for my love life anyway. But if Pearl say, marry me and stay, honey boo, I'll be like, okay. Word up, man. If Pearl be like, I'll marry you, just stay here and work on a podcast with me, I'll be like, okay. Woo! Straight up, not crooked down, my brother. All right. I want to be clear. You know, Pearl will have you wiping your face with your glasses on. She's so beautiful. Wow! Let me tell you, Pearl is the perfect example of beauty coming from the inside out. Perfect example. Y'all, I'm in here working and y'all just barking. I'm working Team Q. All right. So what was I? So one day, again, I seen the evolution of women and how they evolved to stupid. I seen the evolution of women and how individuals now look at women and say, it's okay that a woman thinks this way. It's okay that a woman voice her opinion. No, it ain't. Stay in your fucking place. This is why a lot of you guys allow your woman to act up. I know a guy that his girlfriend said, I could be giving some other mother this pussy. This dope wet pussy. She went into the full sister skit. This pussy is dope wet. It's the ill nana. It's better than Lil' Kim pussy. No, I can grip a bottle with my pussy. And then he turned around 2 weeks later and marry her. I'm gonna need a minute. Okay, I'm back. I don't understand that. You don't see that when you look at Pearl. I was watching Pearl. She sometimes she'll have the camera on her left and she'll be like, she'll have the camera on her left and she'll be like, and at the bottom would be a lady. she did a video one time. She was just like, and at the bottom it was a lady saying, turn the light off. Turn the light off. I don't know if you've seen it. Turn the light off. We don't need, we wasting money. She's talking to the ring cam. Then she comes back. Why ain't the light on? And then Pearl was just like, this is what y'all get. Pearl will tell you, the reason why she is the way she is because she was raised around all brothers. And it's ironic. That's why I think she would make a great wifey for me. I was raised around all brothers as well. I was not raised around sisters. So I don't have a breakdown in understanding estrogen like the average person. If I'm doing a consultation with an individual that have sisters, I can tell he took a lot of bunhole sauce. Give me a second. I'm laughing at something else. I can tell when I'm talking to somebody that got raised around a lot of sisters because they ready to pump the brakes. They're like, whoa, I can't do that, because they thinking in lights of their sister. And if they had and was raised by a single mama, this tragedy thinking is much, much worse. So these individuals, they will allow their baby mama or their ex-wife or soon to be ex-wife or whatever, they will allow these individuals to just go ahead and play with their bun hole, use a power drill, shut up, turn around. Oh, they yelling like punks. Oh, they. You was a stepdad to her 4 kids. She done bent you over, got all her kids. Come on, Ray Ray Jr. Well, Mama only got a sneaker. Shove it in his butthole. Come on. Come on, Ray Ray Jr. Come on. Mama only got a Nintendo. Put that Nintendo game up his ass. When you doing the consultation with me, you like, like, yo, you all right? It's just hard to sit down. And then I come up with a plan for some excellent get back, only for the love for the nonsense to just, only for you to say, nah, I don't want to do all that. I just want to, like, wow. I'm just curious, if you was walking down the street, would you let somebody push you and you not do nothing? Hell no. Wow, whoa. All the aggression. How come you letting her do all this to you and you don't want to do nothing? Like, you just don't want to do nothing. Can't answer that. That's why I love Pearl. I love Pearl because I love a woman that has logic. Women that have logic are better. Women that have logic are like when you talk to a woman that have logic, you literally say to yourself, this is impossible for me to say, well, I disagree with you. And she say, well, give me a definition as to why, as opposed to I disagree with you. And she start yelling. She start wanting to fight you. Things of that nature. It's just amazing. But this is why I will tell you here today, and I will always tell you, again, there's no version. There's not one. There's no perspective. There's no version. There's no narrative of, well, women are equal to men. There's not one woman that's equal to a man. No, it's not. We have allowed Democrats to get into office as Property says, he loves him. He loves President Obama. Don't understand how you could even say something like that. He says Obama was the best president. Well, I understand the duties of the president. And if you sign into Bill NAFTA, there's nothing great about you as a president. Okay? I want to be clear. I'm going to go left for a second. I want to be clear about something. A lot of you guys, you know politics based on likes. Your perspective on politics is based on likes. Your perspective on politics is not based on the job of the presidency. The president that's in office now is doing an excellent job at the presidency, job of being a president. And I can give you an example. I won't just be like Property and say, Donald Trump is stupid. $500 million. He has a 500. One of his properties is worth $500 million, and he's stupid. I hear you. So I'm gonna give you some education on what's not a good president. What's not a good president if you sign into bill free trade. So let me help you what free trade is, because you don't understand. I'm not going to ask you, do you understand? I'm going to tell you don't understand. Free trade means anybody can bring their products into the U.S. for free. Free trade. Hence the term free trade. But then when we try to take stuff to their country, they say no. They put tariffs on it. Do that word sound familiar? Tariffs? Sound familiar? Yeah. You never heard of tariffs until the stupid, I'm going with property saying. You never heard of tariffs until the stupid president got into office, right? But there was no need for it had it not been for that. The best president, he said, Obama. Stick with me. The best president said, all of you guys, you can just free trade. And let's be clear, when he signed free trade, you may ask yourself, what happened to Dodge? What happened to Ford? What happened to all these countries? Well, if you can go to another country, instead of paying somebody $60,000 a year, you can go to Mexico and only pay them $5,000 a year, and to bring your car back, and stick with me, bring your car back into the United States. It's free. It's a win-win for all the big major corporations. You must have never been to Detroit. That's why when you go to Detroit, you see all these mega plants. The product still exists, but they don't build them there no more. They don't build them there no more. You go and see Ford plants. Wait a minute. Normally, when you see, if I had Chris's carpet cleaning and I shut Chris's carpet cleaning down, you don't see people walking around with Chris's carpet cleaning shirts on, and you don't see it. When a company dies, it dies. How come all these automakers died, gone? I don't seem to have his attention anymore. How come all these countries get to say, hey, we got a Democrat in office? And a Democrat free trade is equivalent to fucking a whore without paying her. Everybody will sign up for that. But the best president, you say? Nothing that I know says that. Nothing I know says that. You didn't know the Internal Revenue Service meant tax internally, meaning country. You taxing us. You didn't know that. I'm talking to property. He didn't know that, because we got our taxes from when people imported goods here, because we was a very high money-making nation. We was a high money-making nation, so everybody brought their goods here. But then when the free trade agreement was signed into effect by your boy, Obama, the Democrat, to crash the country, because that's what their job is, to crash the country. And quite frankly, let me go left for a second, if I may. Whenever I hear somebody, whenever I hear somebody say they love a Democrat, I look at their position in life. When I look at your position in life, the lower you go down in worth, the higher you run into Democrat territory. I mean, after all, I'm going to say this and I'm going to move back on topic. It's the reason why a man said, I'm going to give you free bus rides, and got elected. It's the reason why. It's the reason why. It's the reason why he said, I'm going to give you free. And an individual said, get him in the office. He's going to give us free. And then 0001 says, you really think those shades are the shit? I do. Now, I'm talking about Pearl today. And the reason why, again, Pearl is so loved is because Pearl has something that not too many of you talk to when you talk to a woman, and that's logic. Every time I listen to Pearl, I hear logic. You can go listen to any video that she puts up. You can relate to it. Yeah, you can relate to it. The worst thing in the world. The worst thing in the world you could do is think you're going to sit down and talk to an individual that have no logic and think you're going to be successful at talking with that person. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate that. Stink said, you look like Magic Johnson's son in 10 years. So do I got to wait 10 years or do I look like him now? Which one is it? So, let me read it again. Let me read it again. Hold on. You look like Magic Johnson's son in 10 years. Oh, you saying today? Okay, I got it. Appreciate that. Ooh. So again, when you guys say, I talk to my woman, when you guys say, I talk to my woman and she deflect, I talk to my woman and I ask her a question and she redirected, go listen to Pearl. Go listen to Pearl. Don't listen to Stink, though. Don't listen to him. Anything else? Again, this is why I love Pearl. Again, she put that posting up. I actually used that posting for the thimble. She put that posting up in in 5 days, like 3,000 individuals said, I would marry you, asking her ring size. It was beautiful. And again, when you listen to a woman that have that type, when you listen to a woman that has that type of logic, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get. Anything else? Gosh, I'm first. Stink says I'm busted. Oh, 0001 says, you really think that's it? Oh, dear my. Oh, we got donkeys among us. Oh, my. So, really, Pearl is the only reason why I'd stay in this country. The only reason, the only woman that'd get me to say, please stay. Pearl is the only woman that I would marry. I would marry her. I would marry her. Beautiful woman. And I kind of went under the comment, and what I added to, what I added to the posting was, the amazing thing is, I said, this woman, she says it herself, she's average looking. I said, but look at all these individuals making a pledge to her right here today, off of the fact that they are talking to a woman that can process, as opposed to a woman that uses delusion as a main topic of communication. A woman that uses deflection as a main topic or main curriculum, or should I say the main language that they use to communicate, deflection. It is amazing. It is. It is truly amazing. People, tomorrow is Saturday. And I normally take tomorrow off, but I want to give the haters time. I'm going to be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for all the haters. I hate when you guys are not here. And even though I normally don't broadcast on Saturday, people like Stink and that 001 guy, I need them to come back. I do. I do. I'm going to freeze for about a minute. All right, I ain't gonna freeze for a minute, but oh dear my. So I thank you guys for being here, man. I really do. I'm gonna take a sip of my tart cherry. It's tart. It's tart. My Lakewood tart cherry tastes great. Oh, let me show y'all something right quick. Let me show y'all something. So this is the phone here. I kind of just tried to reset it. Thought I could open it back up, but so like I said earlier, when I first started, this is destroyed. What are you doing, little girl? Hey, come here. Gotta clean your eyes. This is little lady. Yesterday, April 1st, rather, she was a year old. We had her for a year, me and Quattro, and she joined the family. Now she's down with us. She's a good dog, right? She's a good dog. I'm happy how she came along and joined the family. You know, she's a very active dog. She barks when I put the leash on her. Then she wants to go outside, and then I say, let me go get the diesel so I can get the poop up and I put it in my pocket. And then she just she barks at me. I be like, you got to go outside. You know when you're going to get to the chopper. Oh man, y'all know what I do. Y'all all know what I do. Y'all know what I do. You don't? Do anybody? Anybody know what I do? Yeah, you do. You know what I do? Anybody? You know what I do? I crack myself up.